Bam. Nasty stop hunt right there on that beautiful flag. And they got me. They got whoever kind of jumped into that flag. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And that's part of trading. You know what I mean? It's called a P&L. Shout out to everybody here. So I was just long. I had a stop loss right there. It's my motto. Whenever we're above the 221 crosses, about 8 out of 10 times I win the trade. So it is what it is. We lose the trade. And I got to come out and say, hey, I lost the trade right off the bat. Shout out to everybody here. And nice little pounder to the downside here for BTC. So here you go. And there they start with a stop hunt as we show up on the live. Just a nasty dump. I just got out the shower, just fixed my tie. It's been 10 minutes. Everything was going well until I went into the shower. That's trading, right? You go take a shower. Next thing you know, bang, to the downside. Let's do our top-down analysis. We did get the bounce as suggested off the bottom of this channel. Last night had a beautiful trade on the 5-minute time frame at 2 in the morning. I was up at 2 a.m. and I could see my model playing out here on the 5. Let me show you. And it was right here. It was the flag as we got above the 200 MA and the 21 right there. That time it did play out for beautiful gains, hit the measured move, and boom, to the upside. Now we've been sideways ever since. And they kind of, you can see a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder there, possibly an M pattern there too before the dump. So a little bit of a foreshadowing on the smaller time frame that we were going to get a bit of a pullback. Shout out to all my beautiful lifers. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Liver Show. Every single day I go over cryptocurrency. Every day I go over Bitcoin. If I give you a free trade, if I can make a live trade, I do. We'll see what happens. Right off the bat, you know, there's talks, and it's apparent that this could be a double top. Bitcoin could double top here, make it M pattern. M patterns break to the downside 68% of the time. We'll be back to $50,000 Bitcoin. Is that possible? It is. Is that going to happen? No guarantees. I'm not saying it's happening for sure. I'm just saying get ready. That's a possibility. Someone could be shorting right now, and they could end up being making the short of a lifetime. It's a chance. I'm just saying there is a chance. I'm not telling you that I'm bearish. I'm just going over the possible bearish scenario here because it's possible. It's possible. Wow, that was nice. Nice little cool down on the fan there. So, boom. Beautiful day to be alive. Shout out to everybody here. I am so grateful to be here with each and every one of you. Gratitude is the attitude. And shout out to all the people that are going to be super nice and love me today. To the people that are going to hate and be nasty, who cares? Because they don't exist to me, right? Only the people that love me exist to me. That's it. We have some support here on the weekly at about 92,593K. All right, so if we come down and some support right there on the weekly at 98.5. Also right there. So the first level that I look at is the weekly there, 102.5. We lose 102.5, it's 98.5. We haven't lost anything yet. We're not bearish just yet. But, you know, the weekly closes like that. I mean, it's going to be our first red week in 6 weeks. You know, 5 weeks straight of love. I mean, and again, you don't go up forever. It would almost make sense we get a little bit of a handle here. You know, and that could be a cup and handle, and we could pull back for the, you know, most of this. That would make sense that we'd pull back June and July and then start to rev up again August, September and get ready for the money printer. And then we're going to get the rate cut, you know, and you're going to have a dry, flat summer. Usually price action is pretty flat in the summer. I don't like to say that, but maybe it won't be this time. There's been a couple summers of price action where we've had an awesome pump, and altcoins have been fun, but it's not always the case. So here we are. You know, the weekly could come back to the 21-day moving average. Whenever we're away for the 21, I start getting ready for the pullback. It's just something that happens. You got to take, you know, here we did it every time. Like here, we were away for the 21, and I told everyone said we were going up, but I said, I don't know. I said, we're too far from the 21, everybody. We're going to have to come back to it. Same thing here. I voiced opinion here and here. 5 straight weeks of love. I mean, you got to think. And I took profits on a lot of, I was swing trading coins and took profits. I really did. I wasn't really, I don't buy this market anymore. I'm holding the long-term things, Sui, Say, Solana, stuff like that. But, you know, it's not the same like I used to just throw into the smallest coins and look for 50, 60 X's. I'm not doing that this run here. I'll look for the next things to come out of the, you know, out of the launch pads, and I'll be paying attention. But for, you know, yeah. Sunday we were dancing online. Amen. Yeah. We will pump into the summer this time. Yeah. Top of the morning, soaking up the positivity while I'm Shout out to Seven. Shout out to Patrick Power, Michael Bell, Cirrus Grayson. Honda Man, Jennifer Moffitt. Jennifer, we love you. Thank you for being here. And shout out to everybody here on the live. So weekly could pull back. I'm not saying it's going to for sure, but you got to just start having that in the back of your mind. I want you to have all scenarios in your head. So when they play out, you can be like, well, yeah. You're not like, oh my God, I didn't see that. The lifer never mentioned that. That was never on the headlines. Like, we never thought of that. I don't want you to be caught sideways right there, 5-day chart also starting to get a little bearish with the close. 3-day battling the fact that we could stay up here, and we have really strong 3-day support about 99.6. And then here we are on the daily. And I just went over this to the trading group, right? I said, listen, the daily's away. The second the candle got that far away from the 21, I said, listen, we could be getting a pullback here on the daily time frame to the 200 MA, to the 21 MA. We could be getting a bullish uptrending flag. That could happen. So your most bullish scenario is that this flag trends up somehow, some way, and we pump out of it. This could happen. We trend up like this and we boom. Again, remember, I don't know what's going to happen to price action. I don't know. Everyone, because I've made so many good calls in my life, people assume that I win every trade. Look, I lost a trade this morning. It didn't play out for me. I gave it to the group. It looked nice. It didn't play out. It didn't. All right. You're not going to win every single trade unless you mitigate and sit there all day. But that's a different story. That's a whole different type of trading. And technically, you can still lose that at the wrong time. There's going to be a couple losses. Every once in a while, you're going to lose. It's going to happen. Even if you're awesome at mitigating and you make 50 out of 50. But even those, the ones that you win are just like you barely get out. Like, they're not really wins. They're just like you don't lose. You know what I mean? Again, but you battle through it. The point is, you're going to struggle in trades. It's how you manage your risk. Nobody is amazing. Everyone hides their losses out here. They don't show you their loss. They don't show you the real deal. You don't know the real deal of trading. You only see the wins and all the awesomeness. No one really shows you the losses. I'll show you the losses. I lose. All right? It happens. I make $5,000 here. I lose $1,000 there. It happens. Money comes, money goes. Look, I just lost $760 on this trade. All right? I was going 1,000 for like 3,000, and it didn't go our way. All right? So it happens. I lose trades. Again, I made, about $4,500 on that account already. So hey, a $700 loss is all right. I'll take it. And I'll be back for another win, right? Bitcoin bouncing at 100,200. I learned a lot to not listen to I lost a loved one this weekend. That changed my life, and I realized I take life for granted. I'm inconsistent. So I'll be here for the stream. So hi, everyone. I feel blessed to be here. God bless you. I lost my mom and my dad unexpectedly the last 2 years, and it definitely changed my life. Yeah. You're still feeling the market out today. Exactly. Everyone lost a trade when they tell you never, they're lying. 100%. 100%. So we're getting a bounce here for Bitcoin. Pretty nice, from 102.9 all the way back to 103.270. And the daily could be getting a nice green candle bounce here today. It's not all bearish. And so what I'm looking at too is this strong support here. The 8-hour looks like it's attempting to get a bit of a bounce. Some massive wick off the 21-day moving average there too as well. And you kind of start shrinking this down, and it looks like we may be making some type of flag like so. Not amazing. And again, it's still got this idea that we could be making the downward flag, right? It's not. I'm not. Yeah, look at how the 4 hours got that. So here, I got it now. And again, every day I feel out price action with you guys live. I don't have, I do my morning update, but then things change in a few hours. And I always have like a different setup, a different idea for the live stream, because you don't know, this is chess, man. We're watching a chess player. We're playing chess. So look, can you see it? Possible shoulder, head, right shoulder that could dump. I got mixed signals. Like, it's not one of those days where I wake up and I'm like, wow. The 15-minute looked good today. They played us for a split second. And you got this beautiful support on the 1 hour time frame that we broke above, right? Resistance. Beautiful double bottom that did break. I mean, that technically hit the measured move. Right? Double bottom hit the measured move, and bang. So to me, it looks like you're just getting tight inside of this, what looks like it's going to end up being some type of symmetrical triangle here, right? And it's going to go 50-50 either way. Mainly, they break to the downside. So I'd be a little more bearish than bullish, but I like the bounce too as well. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Wow, they're bouncing this puppy right back off of resistance. So there was, there was support there. Resistance. That's where you believe we would bounce. We did. So I'm going to shift this trend line up a bit. So, yeah, I mean, to me, you got to say that you're getting tight inside of this tiny little triangle here. I mean, that's what I got. That's what price action's giving me right now. Not amazing. If anything looks, feels and looks more like a symmetrical triangle than anything else. I do like the bounce there. I'll take that, And we just wicked off of 102.750 real quick with a bounce back to the upside. Yeah, I was just saying that the 30-second get above the 200 MA, the 5-second. The 5-second broke the 200. There's my signal on the 5-second chart, just showing you how it plays out. Shoulder, head, possible right shoulder, crazy V-shaped recovery on the 1-minute time frame. We had CPI data today too that came in bullish for the markets. I mean, suggested that we can cut those rates, get things going, and everything that they're planning on doing should be good for the market. So it looks to me like you're gonna, you might V-shaped recovery in here. That could be an inverted head and shoulder, but possible V-shaped recovery in here. And then the 15-minute would have to get back above the 200 MA to remain bullish. It's crazy, right? I'm used to waking up, showing my gains right off the bat. Very rare that I show up to a loss. Very rare, but it is what it is, man. Open the long, Sam. We rip when you go live. How did the bots long play out from yesterday? Oh, they're fine. They sell early, though. Yeah. So the story of the day is Bitcoin defended previous resistance as support at 103,000. Attempted to get a bounce. Had a beautiful flag on the 15-minute. Looked like it was going to do damage. Like this, I'll tell you what. I mean, I don't mind getting stopped out here for 700 because this plays out so many more times than it doesn't. So all the wins I've made in my life are good because you gotta take the model. That was a beautiful model. They stop hunted every look. They grabbed all that liquidity down there. Again, there's also less people in the market. I've noticed. I've been watching altcoins and they've been stop hunting altcoins. And when they do that, I know there's less liquidity in the market. They're going after whatever they can, scraping the bottom, as I call it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I see a play here today. I don't see my model. I see tight price action. I guess if we get back above the 50-minute 200 MA, but then I feel like I'm chasing. I might call it a day here. Take a loss and just kind of refresh the brain, give my mind that mental clarity for the trades. Mental capital is important. You will get expunged. Just keep using your brain over and over again. You got to go for that bike ride. You got to go for that meditational. Even if you can get a massage. Right, very, very important. ETH bounced hard. Yo, Sebi, can you chart total 3 that we have had head and shoulder? Can you confirm that? Thank you. Yo, Sebi, can you chart total 3? Ask one more time and it's spam. Yeah. Sweep on the bottom of the top, then dump or pump. Yeah. ETH TA, please. Nice bounce. I like Ethereum right now. The last time I showed it, it was right here. I was looking for the head and then this right shoulder. I'm looking for ETH to create this beautiful flag and then pump to 3,300. It's going to take time, just like the last one. But remember, I put you in ETH right. We got into ETH right here in the trading group, 1,800. And no stop loss got hit in the making of that trade. You could still be in that ETH trade, which is crazy. I sold at about 2,200, but you could still be in that trade. And then I made another scalp here and sold it again for about 500. So you could still be in this ETH trade, though. And honestly, I'd be looking for ETH to come down one more time to possibly 25.12 for its next bigger move. So Ethereum looks good for me. My charts are telling me that it's worth taking a shot here, even jumping in now. And you could put a nice, beautiful stop below 2,300. And to me, that's a healthy 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. It's a beautiful trade right there. And the take profit would take us to 3,300. Stop loss would be at 2302. Okay. Entry would be around now, or if we could get it to come up and come back down to the bottom of the channel, maybe 25, maybe a wick to 2490 if you're lucky. But I am bullish on ETH right now, and this is a setup I have on Ethereum. All right. There's two beautiful supports there. I don't see much stopping it. It looks good on ETH BTC. We got some Bitcoin dominance, letting up, and Ethereum looks good to me. And remember, I don't go over Ethereum a lot, right? It's not like I'm always, so when I say Ethereum looks good to me, you might be like, whoa, what did Lifer just say? He's bullish on Ethereum? Remember when Ethereum wasn't worth looking at, I never talked about it. I don't want to waste your time. If something's worth looking at, I'm going to give you positional time. I'm going to give you the time. I'm going to show you what's happening on that position if it's worth your time. If it's not worth your time, we're not going to talk about it. It's just not worth it. I want to give you the highest probability setups during this 2 hours here while you're live with me. All right? That is the plan. That is the implementation here. Yeah, so ETH, and I just keep putting it out to the group. I think that's the trade. Sometimes there's one trade. Sometimes there's two trades. Sometimes there's three trades. Sometimes I make one trade a month. Sometimes I make two trades a month. Sometimes it's just one big trade over here. Huh? My three biggest trades recently, right? We hit, $5,000 in Dubai in a day. Hit another 4 or 5 grand, last week, and then 2 days ago hit about $5,000 between weeks and MEXC. So it was 3 big trading days in the last, 14 days, 12 days. All right, everything else to me was a scalp. I didn't go that hard, right? Yeah. If Ethereum legs up from here, altcoins are going up big. Yeah, I have 1 ETH. Used to have a lot more, but got tired of it. Oh well. Yeah. It's funny. People talk a lot of nonsense. People say a lot of stuff, man. But if you look here, it's funny. And I don't share it much, but privately. I want to make sure there's nothing here. It goes, P.S. I heard you have a new nickname. Let me know if you want to know what it is. And I thought it was someone making fun of me because there's always someone making fun of me. He says, I call you Bullseye because every time I check on you, I see a call and then it happens. You know what I mean? And that's your man, Crypto Face, calling me Bullseye, man. Right there. I'm just saying. It is, bang, bang, bang. So I don't take no calls from nobody. All right. But me and him trade simply. Yeah. Do you ever use leverage, Sammy? If so, what's a good amount? I do. I do use lev at the right time for the right reasons when I'm trading. All right. And Bitcoin looks like it's going to get right back above that 200 MA. That was just a stomp liquidity grab there. Possibly. It's all about that 15 minutes. The 50 minutes important. Very, very important. You could trade ETH on MEXC. You could trade ETH on Weeks. You could trade ETH on BitTinex. All three are great places to trade. I like Weeks, has good liquidity. All right. So look, I'd look at this on the 4 hour time, the 1 hour here for Ethereum. But I start building that idea here, that trade, right? It definitely looks like we could get a nice price there, a little lower though. When I do this, I make this nice and big. Make sure you're on the trading view, called widget, or I don't know what you would call it, the trading view widget node. But so that would be the trade right there for Ethereum. Okay. I believe there's going to be a better entry throughout the day, but you never know. Maybe it rips. But it looks like we're going to come down, touch that 21, and be able to get that 2,500, 2,499 entry. You see the stop can be well below, 2,300 right there. And the take profit would be at about, wow, that's high, 37. I don't need to go that high. We can go back to that 33. Yeah, right there, about 33.50. I mean, it may go higher. The measured move does suggest you go possibly to 4,000. Now, the last time we did this for ETH, it played out absolutely perfectly. You can see right here, it did exactly the same thing. Like, I had the flag open. We were waiting for the right shoulder. Bitcoin did it too. Made the right shoulder. We were gone. Again, buying when you cross the 200 MA. I teach this to my students. One indicator. On the 1 hour, you would have bought when you crossed the yellow line. If you have 1,000 indicators, how are you going to remember what to do? I was just listening to Jim Rohn, and he talked about how the simple practice creates consistency. In trading, you need to be consistent to win. How can you be consistent when you use 1,000 indicators? How about 1 or 2 indicators to tell you what to do? The yellow line. How about the yellow line? That's a sad thing is I can make my strategy so simple. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to, make it kind of mass, so you need them all day long. I want to teach you how to become self-sufficient. I want to teach you how to fish. I want to teach you how to fly. But, this is something that, I could open the trade right now and wait, but I dang well know that I'm probably going to be underwater. You see? And so sometimes I'm going on a flight. I know I'm going to be traveling for 5 to 6 hours. I don't have time to come back to find out if I'm going to be underwater. I make the trade. I put the stop here. I check on the trade a few hours later. I'm down 500. I dang well know I would be. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm putting that much in the trade and I have to go for it. But there's days when I know I could be at my computer. I know I'm going to be around and I could wait for that precise moment to be as perfect as I can. Now, sometimes perfection keeps you from getting into the trade. You got to pull the trigger at one point, and there's that mental, battle between that motion. But eventually you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is why I'm doing it. And you got to have a plan and a model that you stick to. So Ethereum looks to me like the trade of the week and could definitely pump here to 3,300 to make some massive gains here to the upside. Can we check PHNIX? It has an amazing story behind it. PHNIX is that XRP coin, isn't it not? Yeah. And shout out to the 499 super chats already coming in from Sidem. What is it? Sidem Love. Cinnamon Love. Thank you for coming on in. We appreciate you. We thank you so much. New name there. I haven't seen that name. I'm sorry if you've been around a while. I haven't seen that name on the super chats. So bless you for coming on in. Thank you so much. So yeah, Ethereum looks hot to trot for me, but it looks like I'm going to be able to get a nicer entry at the bottom of this trend line. Let those stochastics reset on the 1 hour time frame. Maybe 5 to 6 hours from now, we could get busy for an Ethereum trade. We might even just go sideways here. This may be the best price we can get. Chance we just kind of go sideways in here and take off. That would be absolutely beautiful. Trade like this, sometimes I begin it and then add to it at another time. Let's just see what I would be fancying to get in on this one. So 3,336. And remember, I trade ETH very rarely. Last time I traded ETH, I hit over 2,000. And so let's see if we can hit again. Yeah, that stop is going to be, it's that red line there, 22888 or 2288. Again, I have that feeling we're going to be able to get a lower entry. 6,000 for 21,000. That'd be a great, get back what I just made, that $4,000, $3,000 for $10,000. All right. I'm probably going to go about somewhere between $3,000 for $10,000, $2,000 for $6,000, something like that. I have been making the positions bigger in the last few months than I have been last year, But I just want to see that precision entry here but I'll have that set up. And what I do is I keep that there all day. I kind of watch that on another window. I don't have to really play with that. I can keep that kind of where I want it, and I can come back to that at another time, right? But I have a plan. My plan is trade out. The risk is planned out. What I'm going to lose is planned out. I know what I can lose. I know what I can handle. And I go from there. All right? No pushing, nothing's on a whim. And there's proper risk management behind everything you're doing. Understand? You don't just jump in on a whim. Oh, I'm going to do this because. No. It doesn't work like that. So if you do 12,000 there, it's going to be 1,200 for 13. I like that trade there. It's a nice risk reward. You say you trade 10 of these, you lose 7 of them. You lose 7 times 1,200, right? Which is $8,400. But you win 3 of them. You win $3,750 times 3, right? You're talking 9,021. You're talking about 11. Basically, $11,150, right? So you're up way more if you only win 3 out of 10 of these trades. You just have the gall to take the losses. Not everyone's ready to take $3,000 losses for it. The reason why most people don't win in trading is because they don't have a risk management plot set up. They can't handle 3 losses in a row, and they're done. They don't realize if they just kept trading 2 more times, they'd have a profitable P&L. But they can't handle it because they don't have they've never gone through the 10 trades in a row, 20 trades in a row. That's why you need to demo trade. Don't you understand? You need to teach yourself that the probabilities will play out over time. The math is actually there, but if you never do the math, you're never going to trust the math. See, that was me for years. I'm day trading. I never give myself the time to trust the math. I had already swung trade very well. I'd already made dang near $1 million. I was a successful trader, but I could not day trade for my life. And I was pissed. I saw these people day trading, and I was like, I want to make $5,000 in a day. I want to make $2,000 a day. I want to make, you know what I mean? Now I've made $5,000 a day many, many times in my life. It's a great feeling off of a day trade, right? You know, like you close the trade at the end of the day. You made $5,000 that day. Something about it. It feels good. You feel accomplished. And it took years to get there, right? I wasn't always doing that, everybody. This doesn't happen overnight. You don't just hit the button and start nailing it. It does not happen overnight. Success at anything is a long-term process of a daily grind every single day. You know how many days I've done this live stream? 1,700 days now, straight without a day off. You think every single day I woke up ready to go? I can't wait to stare at the charts today. Some days I woke up being like, how do I do this? Why do people even listen to me? I said, how do they listen to me? I said, are you kidding me? They must be sick of me. They don't want to listen to me anymore. But I show up anyway because motivation follows action. Some days I wake up, I'm not motivated. I got a crick in my neck, you know? I got gas because I ate too much food the night before. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, you don't always wake up great. But you push through. I push through this live stream anyway because it's giving me everything I have, right? It's my consistency. It's giving me my identity. Eventually, your identity becomes your consistency. I want people to know me for one thing, being the most consistent guy in the game. If I can do that, then I've accomplished something because I can help you become consistent as well. Bang, bang, bang. Remember when you first got here? There's people that first got here a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Now it's been years. You've been watching the Crypto Lifer. Insane, right? Man, that E-Trade just got me juiced. I'm like, damn, I just want to jump in right now. Patience is key in trading. And sometimes you miss the entry and it rips. So be it. You can't chase at that point. You have to say, you know what? I missed my moment. I'm going to have to wait for the next time I get a more precise entry. If you're more patient, more humble, the odds are you're going to have a better time trading. Are you AI, a Mystic, ET? Your call on Pepe and Virtual this weekend made me 2K. Mystic Sammy, your hit rate, 92%. Shout out to Eva Dior. We love you, Eva. God bless you. And the women traders in my group tend to listen. You know why I like women traders? They listen to everything I say. The men, they question me sometimes. They want to watch, they listen to 100 other guys. The women that come into my group, man, they do the right thing. They listen to the lifer. And they make gains immediately. You rock, Sam. Never ever talk ill of yourself, even in private. Amen. God bless Victor Navarro. We love you, man. 3 years since I first saw your channel, and my life is 100x better mentally. Mentally wise, yeah, like 1,000 times. Shout out to the FUD expert. We love you, man. We appreciate you. And God bless each and every one of you. Someone said, where's the Weeks trophy? We got it here all the time, man. Most consistent live streamer in the game. The ultimate stream award from the Weeks company. They could recognize the hungry streamer. They said, that guy does not stop. And I keep that right next to my gold-plated, 24-karat gold-plated Swarovski silver, Swarovski crystal, Burj Khalifa. I just, you know, something about the fact that we built that, the human, it's not even about, you know, the Arabs, we're all the same as far as I'm concerned. What I mean is the Arabs, Irish, Italian, American, we're humans, man. And we built, the human race built that building, the tallest building in the world in 5 years. We built the tallest building in the world in 5 years. It's just amazing how much we're progressing. The human race is so amazing. Everyone, we're all amazing. We've got it. We've got it. The Crystal Wiz Khalifa. I mean, unbelievable. So shout out to everybody here. Let's continue to grind. Let's continue to find out what's happening in this market. 1041. ETH looks like it's just ready to go. Like it's going to take names and kick butt. It does not care. It does not care. Makes me want to FOMO in right now and just get busy. I think I could build half the trade right now. I'll do the 596 for 18. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. 6 for 8. I'll take it all day long. But then I know when we come down lower, I got to double down. Just a chance we go flat and sideways. I'm going to open the long here. You're going to see me take some big... So confused. So use margin. Are you only using $300? Oh, it's a deep stop and it's got to go pretty high. Huh. Could take too long. I like this better. $3,000 for $10,000. It just makes more sense to me. Again, I'm just building. I'll probably triple this trade. So I'm going to start the trade process now. I'm going to add to these trades as they go, though. And you want to change this to, yeah, oh, cross combined. No. Hold on 1 second. Now I'm in the trade already. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Yeah, I do isolated. I was about to say, I do want combined isolated though, because I'm going to combine these trades. The separated is a nice feature here on weeks that I don't see anywhere else. You know? Yeah, I'm going to wait. I know I'm going to get, I know I'm going to get better prices. It's tough right now. I want to open the trade in front of everyone and look like a big shot. And look at the gains. That stop loss was going to be at, what, 2288? Yeah. And we were at 6,000. So I'm going to open up the first part of the trade. Make sure, see, I almost got myself caught up on cross, right? Which meant it could have dipped into the entire account. I want this to be an isolated trade. If I lose whatever I lose, that's it, the $3,000. I don't want it to go further down. All right. All right, so we just begin to build the trade. It is very likely I'm going to be able to get lower prices, though, at $25.40 for Bitcoin. Bitcoin playing games, not looking hot today. It's getting tight inside of, to me, what's going to look like a symmetrical triangle. I mean, that just is what it is. Sad thing is, these break down more than they break to the upside. And let's kind of show you your measured move. Your measured move would be the base of this triangle, kind of like that, see? That would be the move up. This would be the move down. The move down takes you somewhere down to about $101,000 for Bitcoin. Remember, don't overtrade, everyone. Take your gains and then squirrel them away and then wait for better opportunities. That's the key, all right? And if you make good gains, are you putting money inside? Or are you playing games and just going in hard again? I paid the trader the last few weeks trading these altcoins. I didn't even expect it, but the swing trades came and they came hot. I gave you guys PopCat. PopCat banged to the upside. If you want to jump into CryptoLifer.com and join my trading group, you can see the gains that we're making. And there's gains on gains, baby. But let me show you a little bit of what's happened. XMR was in that tight channel. We could see it breaking out on the live stream too on 5/6, just 7 days later, up 27%, booming to the upside. Monero for gains. Some of these trades are given on the live stream. You can check it. Jasmy out of that right shoulder. It boomed out, dipped it again, but it definitely hit the second target at 2 cents. You can see over time, it eventually came and hit the target for Jasmy. PopCat. I gave a beautiful trade for PopCat, and it boomed all the way to the target. Absolutely beautiful for PopCat. 67% gains, and that was a nice swing for me. Yesterday, we saw that Bitcoin was in that symmetrical triangle, so they usually break to the downside. Showed you the levels, and the two levels, we basically hit the lower level, 100,989. We were accurate on that dump. I even gave the trade here. It never hit the stop loss. You would have made money on the short yesterday inside the group. Fartcoin banging, BNB banging. And just, we have a whole team of, that's giving trades all the time as well. Myro was a beautiful flag to the upside for 84% gains in 5 days. Again, I could do this all day long. But if you join the trading group, you're going to get updates, setups, and ideas all the time. I'm not saying every single thing I put out hits, because that's impossible. But a lot of what I put out does do very well, and I work my butt off scanning the market. I have high probability calls because I know what's likely going to happen because I've been watching the markets for years. And I've got years of backtesting on what I tell you. I don't tell you something unless I have years of data behind it. Like, I don't say, oh, this is going to break up above the 200 MA because I backtested it on multiple assets for years on years and years on end. I do not open my mouth to look stupid. Every time I open my mouth and tell you something about technical analysis, I have years of data to back it up. I'm not here to play myself. Understand? I don't want to look dumb. I come from a line of price men that, were very respectful men that like to win. My dad was a winner. My grandfather was a winner. And I'm a winner just like they are. I'm not going to play myself. So I'm not going to tell you things about technical analysis that I haven't figured out on my own and put a lot of time and effort into. All right? Because I'm not going to waste your time. Years and years of data behind everything I say to you. So look, now you got to hold this level. You're retesting this resistance yet again. You lose it. I mean, you can clearly see you're going to fall back down to about 101.5 and then to that level there of 101.3. So I'll be honest, you're kind of rolling over today, and the daily and the weekly look like there could be a bigger pullback. The weekly could be starting a bigger pullback, and that's what a lot of people aren't paying attention. The bigger time frames, they slowly start a pullback before no one's paying attention. That's why the biggest money is made on those time frames. Like someone's starting a massive short on that weekly, they maybe, you know, it's not my thing. I'm more into, you know, scalping up and down as we go. I haven't perfected that, you know, shorting those bigger time frames. If that was my thing, I perfected longing the bigger time frames. I'm dang good at that. So I'm looking for this bounce back to the top of the frame. Otherwise, I mean, you're going to barely retest, and you got to expect us to move down to 101.5 for Bitcoin. And BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP showing some signs of life below us at 101.6. It's got liquidity on either side right now, though it could go either way, technically. Actually, yeah, we still could get a short squeeze to 105. It could go either way. I've got mixed signals on the liquidity, very similar to what we're seeing on the board here for price action. Whenever I get a symmetrical triangle, I usually get mixed signals on the liquidity side. What is BOOKMAP? It shows us where the liquidation levels are. All right, it shows us where people could maybe getting liquidated and where their stop losses are. Like a bunch of people will go long, and what you'll see is when they all go long, there's a bunch of red down here. A bunch of people go short, there's a bunch of red up here. And so I usually counter trade wherever there's the most liquidity. Right now it's kind of either side, but it does suggest that we could go lower. You know, you zoom in, look, all the way down to 101.5 there. We've got some good liquidity down there too as well. So it's starting to show that we're going to dump. You have a high, you have a low, you have a lower high. You know, that's a downtrend slightly starting to begin here. You got your high, you got your low, lower high. You would assume you make a lower low now, a lower high. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of weary on this trade right now just because Bitcoin doesn't look amazing. Bitcoin doesn't look absolutely amazing, right? $10, guys. I don't know. I think I'm going to call it a day as a trader. I lost $10 live. I'm done. All right. And people will respect you for being willing to lose no matter what. People respect you for not having any fear. That's what it's all about. It's about going for what you believe in. Like, I believe in trading every day. I love trading every day. I do it no matter what. And again, as I've said and stated many times, I may not be the greatest trader on earth. I'm sure there's way better traders than me. Okay? I'm sure there's smarter people than me, way smarter than me, more analytical, better at the data. I've never said I'm the best. What I am is the most consistent, and I'll tell you what, the most consistent person wins. They end up the richest. They end up with the best life. They end up with the most success. I don't care. You might be smarter than me, more talented than me, and it pisses people off because they know they're smarter and more talented than me, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to get all the gains. I'm going to win because I'm more consistent than they are. And consistency will win every single time. And I'm not bragging, but I guess I am. I'm bragging about consistency. Consistency is just, it can't be beat. Nobody can say anything about you when you show up countlessly, day in and day out, without breaks. They can say, dang, man, there were so many days where I was sick and I had to take a day off, and say, you know, that guy didn't take a day off. I don't know how he did it. I know he's human like me. I know he got sick. I know he got depressed. I know he had his wife, you know he had an argument with his wife. You know he did this. You know, everything, and I haven't had an argument with my wife in a long time, but it happens. All I'm saying is it happens. You know? You say the wrong thing. You do something happens, you mull over it. It happens, you know? Sammy is explaining everything I'm going through right now. Motivated. Everyone, I started this channel. What is your why? I have a business, right? I'm the CEO of the Crypto Lifer business, right? Why? Why did I start the business? Your why is everything. Why are you trading? You're trading to get out of the rat race. You don't want to go to the same job you've been going through every day. You want more knowledge. Some of you just love those charts. You get to the charts and it's like you've never seen anything like it, right? So addicting, so beautiful, so fun. The science, the math, it gets you. You can't stop. That's what happened to me. I better make money off it because I loved it so much. You know what I mean? I was going to do it every single day of my life. And there's no way you could stop me from playing with those charts, man. There was nothing that was going to... I was at work all day long. My boss coming in. There's the charts again, saying, when are you going to actually do the work? You know? But how many people have been at work and you've been caught looking at the charts? Oh, man, it happened to me one day. I was so heavy in a trade, freaking out. I should have sold Bitcoin, then I was going to buy back in. I was sweating. I had 2 screens open, and then, like, my manager, like, opened the door. The guy, like, the main editor I was working for, he opens the door real quick, and I'm like, he sees, I couldn't even hide it at that point. There's charts all over the place. I'm sweating. He could tell I'm in heavy trades. I don't know what I'm doing. He looked at me. He's like, it better be worth it. Then Bitcoin kept going up, and they couldn't say anything about it. They're like, all right, I guess the guy's not that stupid, but it was crazy, man. But I did it, everybody. I lived that life. So my why is to get you out of the rat race. Like I was in the rat race. I was in the bathroom looking at the charts, man, behind my boss's back. I did it all, everybody. I took a night shift so I could do it without the boss looking at me. I was sick of hiding at work to do what I wanted to do with my life. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to just start doing it. And I started live streaming. I started the live stream. And here we are now every single day, everyone. We made it happen together. You guys made it happen with me. Unbelievable. Like, you guys are just amazing. I showed up, and you people show up every single day. It's unbelievable. And again, we're going to go over coins. We're going to find the awesome hot sauce. But if we don't have the right mentality, we're going to win a few good trades and lose it all. We're going to make a few $1 million and give it right back. If you don't think you deserve it, then you're never going to get it. You're only going to make as much as you believe you're worth. Understand? Say that again. You're only going to make as much as you believe you're worth. What do you believe you're worth? What do you believe you're worth? This Sky AI up today, 27%. We got another coin, Nero's, and DGen. We talked about DGen continuing to DGen. Base is starting to kind of get a bit of a move here. So Kronos, and I see Kronos in the long term. And again, I gave a Kronos trade not too long ago. It's up 17%. I did give a Kronos trade about a week ago. You got PAXG. Wow, gold continuing to rip Tron. Got some fear in the market. You got some people stabling up. Tether back to the peg, though. It's unpegged. It's unpegged. Remember? Oh, man. Walrus, Ethereum, KuCoin at 1130. I like to see that. Man, I remember when KuCoin was $1. XDC Network, Chainlink at 16, strong, up 24%. IP back to 460. Aptos, Mantle, Solana. Okay. I want to give you guys like the trade of the day if I can, a free one for people that aren't even in the trading group. Show you guys something that could pop. You know, it's interesting. There's a coin right now that everybody knows that actually might do some damage. Wow, look at that nasty dump just now. Just brah. So crazy how they did that, right? Now you got to stay inside this channel, get the bounce back to the top of the channel. I'm expecting it. You can see, you draw the trend line and you expect the trend line to hold. Isn't that weird how like how did you know those candles were going to do that, Sam? You just got to respect the price action. You got to respect price action. Hi, Sam. How are you? Shout out to Gamba Galaxy. God bless you, man. Hope it's going well, Gamba. I love you, man. Shout out to you and yours, brother. Pull back for lower entry would be nice. I'm hoping for green, but red wouldn't be bad. Not in full port yet. Another homeless breakfast sandwich. Give out. God is my provider. Amen. When I ran multiple departments, I actually encouraged my staff to play on their phones between their workload. They didn't have to. They became even more productive. You're funny, man. It's not bragging if it's the truth. Amen. I feel you. But some people get offended by success. I don't know why. They can't handle it. So I gave you, I guess I gave you the sauce. Like I gave you what I believe is going to make me the most money in the next few days. Live peer looks interesting to me. It tends to pump when Bitcoin pumps. Had that little flag, dolphin dip. See, they keep dipping into liquidity because there's less people in the market. You know? But you can see they're making this flag here. Again, I'd be weary to watch, so normally I would trade when we have a lot of liquidity and a lot of volume, everyone's seeing the flag and we get in and it pumps. When we don't, they'll dip down here and snatch the stop losses and then they'll rip so you got to be wary. Sometimes you have to do just a deeper stop or you can't, once the market comes back again and we get more volume, they stop hunting because there's just enough people. They don't have to do that anymore. When the market's still getting weary and there's not as many people in the market and you have a lower volume coin, you're going to see more stop hunts, all right? Just understand. So it'll look like, Sammy's setups don't play out. They're all stop. It's just the type of predicament we're in right now. There will be a time where everything I teach you will play out like clockwork and you get back, damn. If you give up now and think it doesn't work just because we're in the wrong stop, we're not in the right perfect area, then you're going to not use the strategies. You're going to think all that. And then when it's time to use the strategies, you're not going to have them. So you got to give me some time. Jim Rohn was talking about 1 hour a day. You read a book 1 hour a day. You write a story 1 hour a day. You do something 1 hour a day. It seems like a small amount of time, but it adds up. Over the course of a week, 7 hours, 28 hours, and then 280 hours, almost 360 hours a year, right? So, bang. Yeah. So, LPT, whoever asked me to stop the music, I got to get you out of here. You're just not someone that we're not going to get along. I'm a music guy. So, I got to get you out of here. Where are you there? Please stop the music, he said. Yeah, get him out of here. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a music guy. I live and die by music. I love you. I want to treat everybody, but if you don't like music, we're just not going to get along. You might as well just check out. Okay, LPT going up to 763. It looks good to me. And this live peer, when this thing starts to rip, it does pretty well, and it tends to follow Ethereum too. A lot of coins love Ethereum. Ethereum name service likes to pump. Uniswap's going to pump. Ethereum starts to move, you're going to see a move in Phantom. Sonic's going to move, right? Everything that kind of is a layer to Ethereum, Aptos, Optimism, all that stuff is going to move. Boom, 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 right? Suited and booted. Get them out of here over here. Hey. Yeah, please keep the music, keep the vibes moving 100%. 100%. If you don't like the music, please don't stop the music. Please don't stop them. Please don't stop the... I would play that song if I could right now. Please don't stop the music. Hey, Sam, can we check out Litecoin? It's funny, that was the coin I was about to bring up. So you read my mind or something. I don't know what it was, but I was like, there's a coin that you all know. And it's right in your face. All right. LPT looks interesting to me. I'm going to put an alert on it. And again, I was going to keep this to the trading group, but I just, out of the kindness of my heart, I said, you know what? I'm going to show this. I don't own it, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm not pumping my own bags. I'm just nice enough to show you things that I believe have high probability. I believe God knows if I was going to pump a bag behind your back, God would know that. He'd be like, damn, Sam, you're only talking about things that you own. So just to show God that I got respect for you, I don't do that. Not saying I haven't talked about a coin that I own. If I own, I say, hey, I own this coin. Move looks interesting to me. I'm not really a fan of it. I didn't chase it when everyone was chasing it. But it's starting to make this cup and handle. It's got a lot of people visiting the site, cryptorank.io, and it is getting tight. I'm going to put an alert on it. I'm not saying it's a buy right now exactly. It could be. But there's a 42% gain to 30 cents for move, and that's a cup and handle. So I set alerts. Again, in the trading group, when I say I set an alert, that doesn't mean it's time to enter the coin. It means, hey, shouldn't you have 10 or 20 setups ready that you're watching? That you're getting ready for, because you don't know what's going to be the hottest. You want to have some setups, and I could set these alerts and then not tell you, then they could turn into great trades, right? I don't know which ones are going to turn into great trades, but all I do is I know which ones look like they're going to turn into great trades. So bang, right? What do you think about Coinbase, CB ETH? It seems to move more than ETH, and I have a feeling I could touch 4,000 faster than, it's all connected. I wouldn't get into that, yeah. It's gonna move just like ETH, man. What, a couple bucks ahead, And you can see altcoins 39%, 33%. Nice movement here. Hey, Lifer, could you check out MANEKI? Good vibes. Shout out to Patrick Mortensen. And shout out to Mortens for the famous Mortensons. Let's take a look here. DJ Screw all day, my man. I love you. Let's take a look at MANEKI. Remember Fatboy Slim? What you know about Fatboy Slim? MANEKI is making that flag. You can see it. And I still own my MANEKI. My MANEKI, baby. All right, we got into MANEKI dumb early. Even earlier than here. So MANEKI's still up from when we got in. Again, it's that cup and handle that we just saw on Move. Very similar, and it's above the 200 MA. I'm all about the 200 MA 1 hour time frame with the curve up. I'll be honest, it looks like MANEKI's going to do damage. A lot of the meme coins look interesting to me. They do. Like Myro had a pump. WIF had a pump. And the ones that kind of follow Myro, or MANEKI, the smaller ones now, Ponky, MANEKI, those are the more obscure ones that come up behind the more known ones. All right. Again, I own MANEKI, so yeah, I'm probably giving it a little more love. I own the coin. Let's be honest. So someone asked about it and I own it, and I'm going to talk about it. See, I'm going to be honest with you when I own something. I'm going to say, hey, I do own this. I am talking about one of my bags, baby. That is one of my bags, you know. That sort of thing ain't my bag, baby. And it's like, the book, and then he has the book. I'm not going to say, but, you know, something enlarges at me. He's like, this sort of thing is my bag, baby. Yeah, MANEKI looks interesting to me. Definitely worth an alert for MANEKI. High risk, though. Like, what if Ethereum falls off? What if Bitcoin dumps? MANEKI will take a move down. You got to be ready for the plan not planning. You got to be ready for the plan not going your way. But alerts on MANEKI for sure. All right? And thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. And we love you. And everyone that helps this channel grow and move every single day, you're amazing. I couldn't do it without each and every one of you. No way, no how. So I know that it's each and every one of you that makes it happen, and I appreciate it. You mean the world to me. So we open up an ETH trade, 600 for 18. All right? And we believe in it possibly going bigger. All right? We also know that there's a chance that it doesn't play out. We fall off here and dump to the downside. It could happen. We're looking for ETH to possibly come back to this lower trend line one more time and get an entry somewhere there at about 2505, 2500. But it seems to be really liking this 2541 area. It could go sideways through here and continue to pump. I'm willing to take a shot here, risking 600 for 1800, and I'd like to go $3,000 for $9,000. All right. Now, everyone's been trading Mudang recently. It's been the thing. And look, we're getting the bounce here now. Look, there's a bullish divvy now on the 5-minute time frame. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Bullish divergence. Number one, the indicator has it with the green line right there. And I can see it with my own eyes. The RSI is trending up while the price action trended down. Do not use wicks when using your divergences. All right. If you don't know what divergence is, it's time you take my class. I teach class the last Saturday of every month. It's only in about 12 days less. And last night was a full moon. Unbelievable full moon. I sat outside at 2 in the morning watching that full moon. Life Revision Trading Course. Hit the QR code to find out more. Life Revision Trading Course. Hit the QR code to find out more. All right? And we'd love to see you in there. I teach all my tips, tricks, and strategies, including divergence. You'll become a master at the end of this class. I'll give you homework that will better you. And I'll be hard on you during that class. You're going to learn things you never knew, and then you're going to have to know more things. You can't make the same mistakes you made after that class. You're going to know more. Another attention grabber here, Las Vegas. I'd like you to jump on in and go to Las Vegas. I'd like to meet you. I want to see you here in Las Vegas. Please don't play me. All right. Hit the QR code. Go to the Venetian. It's cheap. I mean, my flights from all the way from Tampa are like a few $100. And then they make the room. I have a link to the room where it's only $900. It's very, very inexpensive. So if you'd like to jump on in at the Venetian, let me know. All right. And I got a link in the Discord to a cheaper room as well. Like, they bought a bunch of rooms. They got it kind of reserved for only Bitcoin people. And they're cheaper than the regular price on the website. All right. I'll give you that I'll be posting that to the group. All right. I'll bet on that class at the end of the month. I'm claiming it. Hey, I'd love to see you there, man. It's not the end of the month. The last Saturday of the month is the 24th. All right. Because I'm wrong now. It should be the 31st. But I won't be. I will be home. Yeah, let's make it the 20. I'm going to tell my team to make it the 24th if we can. I don't know. Now it's probably going to be the 31st. I got to talk to my team, see if we can move it. So it would be, I guess we end May on the 31st. So the last Saturday is the 31st. You're the only one I ever super chatted because you deserve it. Next money for me is the group. I know. Talk is cheap. Hey, no worries, man. If I see you in there, I'll see you in there. May God bless you, brother. So I like this bullish divergence. It says we're going to bounce back to the top of the channel. That's a good sign. And you can see that previous support, previous resistance became support here. And then the 50 minutes slowly kind of regaining this key level and getting tight. Once it gets tight, there could be a breakout here for Bitcoin. And this is what I'm looking at. And so far, we kind of got that bounce on the day there pretty well. We got a pretty good vision of what's happening. I spent my Vegas money on Bitcoin. Hey, no worries, man. But there's abundance out here. There's money for Vegas and Bitcoin. Hey. And if that bounces, Ethereum's going to bounce too and hold that key level. So now, see, I mean, I'm in now. So no matter what happens, if Ethereum decides to just go on to some, this could be a double bottom right here too. I also see it like this. And then that thing could be just, that thing could rip, absolutely rip to the upside. Hey, you know, looks like it's getting pretty busy. Look at that. Ethereum starting to pump here. A chance it never makes that flag. It just rips. We go on a massive tear here to the upside for ETH. Already up 7%. I told you I'm the king of 3% over here. So ETH looks interesting. Makes me maybe make another trade here on MEXC. But I never FOMO'd so much for Ethereum. I'm like FOMOing for my ETH trades right now. I'm like, oof. I can't wait to trade ETH all day long. Wow, ETH looks good right now on the small time frame. So let's look here. ETH looks like it's exploding just here. I mean, that's a bull flag on the small time frame right there. And it's got that like parabolic vibe to it. And so many people were sweating on ETH, wish they got into ETH. Now they're like, dang, why didn't I buy ETH? You know, I should have bought ETH, you know. And that FOMO comes in, and it's just, the FOMO is real crazy, man. People just, they don't think with their heads, and they don't have a plan, so it's all emotion. That's what helps us get paid. We plan, we stick, we wait. Then the emotions come in and they flush the price. Then we sell when everyone's bugging out. Because we sat there waiting patiently, not getting paid for days, while everyone else didn't know what to do. See, because you wait patiently, you get to get paid. While everyone else does the crazy, erratic move, that's not what you want to be doing, right? ETH looks like it's getting busy right here. Wow. Then I look at that 1 hour and that 4 hour. So it technically could be a flag that's breaking out. It may never revisit the low. Seen both ideas though. Both ideas are cool. It's got a long length. I mean, that poll tells me it's gonna go. It's gonna go. I keep getting this $3,300. Shout out to Milligan's Travels. He said, join the lifers, the best thing you ever do. Sam's changing lives for 6 years. Huge respect, brother. Always learning and always grateful. Dave Milligan from the 99ers. Dave, I love you. It's people like you that I show up every day for. Thank you so much for the 20 pound, man. You're awesome. Thank you for the respect and the love. Awesome, awesome. It's just nice of you, man. Thank you. Shout out to the 2,000 people here on the live. 573 likes, $68 in chat revenue. I like this. I may make a bigger trade here. This thing looks like it could get pretty crazy. Still feel like we could get that lower volume. I mean, that lower price action there on that drop. Love that right shoulder. It'd be awesome. I'm going to patiently wait, and I'd rather, I'd wait for the right shoulder or I miss out on the pump. Just going to do the right thing, even though I want to just ape on in right now. Says Bitcoin back above that 15-minute 200 MA. Yeah, just about. Look at that. After they grabbed that liquidity hunt. What a hunt. Should have just kept pumping on the day, man. What are you doing to me over here, Bitcoin? We got the bounce off the 5-minute bullish div. Really strong bullish div on the 5-minute time frame. Another thing that I kind of see is like, what if that's the top? And this is going to make some type of inverted, like, like shoulder, shoulder. This is a head, shoulder, shoulder. We break out like this. Definitely a possibility. Back above 103.5 for Bitcoin. Right back where we started on the day here. On that 15-minute time frame. Hey. The Boston Trader. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Boston Trading. Today, we're going to talk about how the Red Sox and trading go hand in hand. What's your batting average? What's your trading average? See, same thing. Boston Red Sox trading, same thing. So wow, like it makes me just want to long immediately now. Like you get above the 200 MA and I could see a pump. Especially low stochastics. You could almost say, hey, you're back inside the pattern like you never left. I know it's something crazy, but I treat that like, hey, you're now, and this flag should break out the way it was going to break out to begin with. You see? So let's take a look here at my scalp account here on PHNIX. See, this happens at PHNIX. Once I like sign out or use different exchanges, it tends to like, I got to like sign out and sign back in again. Refreshing doesn't do it. I don't know why. It's like I got to be on the page. Look, it's latent right now. It's like it's not showing us where price action will be. I also think it has something to do with using multiple exchanges, using, you know, BOOKMAP, having multiple things running at once. All right. Shout out to Rave Song Records, Sammy Pi Network. Are you interested? It's going to be huge. I think Pi is corny. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'm not into it at all. Yeah. I researched it years ago, and I've just never been a fan. Wow, so back above the 200, that thing could get busy. And that's going to mean Ethereum's going to be pumping, right? I mean, you're going to be getting a move there for ETH. Yeah, now we're already up 13% on the trade, and Ethereum looks like it's just going to go on a tear. Like, that thing just... It really may just Moon City to the upside, something crazy. Ethereum. Wow. See, trading's tough. Like, you got to have the patience, but you also have to know when to pull the trigger. And everyone kind of gets stuck in the middle. This is what people struggle with the most. Like, you know what I mean? We show this, the trading behind the trading. Everyone else shows the trade, the live trade, the win. We show like the mental process that goes into like thinking it through. See, a lot of people they want to hide this because they know every once in a while you're going to slip up. You're not going to be perfect. I don't mind doing that in front of people. I want you guys to see it all. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. It doesn't matter. Okay? Please watch the profane language in here, folks. Yes, please. Yeah. Yeah, we don't do that. There's kids in here, women in here, people with respect. Have respect for yourself. You know what I mean? That's all. I bet it goes 7 games. They'll fix the ECS series. I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know what ECS is. Pi Network listed on Binance soon. What does the chart look like to you? We'll take a look at it. I'm just not a real, you know. I remember when it first came out, I had it on the phone, and it was basically a KYC grab as far as I'm concerned. And then I think they were tracking your phone. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not, there's something about it doesn't sit right with me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty good at these instinctual things. I stay away from stuff, and I'm usually pretty good at what I stay away from. Usually ends up, there's a reason. I never even know. My instincts just tell me, don't touch that. It's one of those things. And again, shout out to, I don't want to put anyone down. Who knows? God bless their whole team and everything. I don't know enough about it, but it doesn't, I don't know. For me, it just doesn't do it. Looks bullish. I like it. It is above the daily 200 MA. It's above some previous support as resistances. Finding a new home with a higher low. You know, it looks like it'll play games around here, but eventually break out. I do see it going somewhere to 215. Sam's blessing. I'm glad to have found your channel. Praying for your success to spread. We are accepting our first child soon. Shout out to my girl, Ricardo Vander Newt. God bless you, man. I hope everything's going well with you, Ricardo. And that child comes out so healthy and blessed, just like all my 3 daughters did. God bless you, my man. Thank you so much for sharing that with the channel. You didn't have to, but you did. I love when people share their life with the channel. Yeah, Pi Cycle looks interesting to me, though, like it could do some damage. Let me take a look at the super chats. It's 11:15 here. We kind of dive into the fan funding in the chats. Shout out to Ricardo Vandernort. Thank you. And thank you, Sam. Love the stream. The 99 and you and all of you. All of you. God bless you. I love that. Look at all the love here today. This is crazy. And this guy says join the lifers. He spends $20 to tell you how much he loves the trading group. If you want to join the trading group, everybody, we make it very simple. Go to cryptolifer.com. Cryptolifer.com, right? You'll go to my awesome new website, and you can hit the subscribe button. There you can subscribe to a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. It's less than $3 a day to get the guy that never takes a day off. Hyperactive brain, always going through the charts, always finding something, some way, and always believing in myself. If there's positivity in the air, I'm going to find it. I tell you what, no matter how bad the market is, no matter how down and out the rest of the people are, My channel is going to be bringing you the positivity every single time. We were down and out on the bear market so many times. I doubled my trading group from 69,000 down to 15K when Bitcoin dumped. I doubled the group. That's right. And we found Luna. We found the Luna. The 3S had a stop loss. Had a stop loss. Had a beautiful cup and handle that didn't get stopped out, and it ended up being a beautiful play there. And we could see the Luna was going to tank. I never got into Luna. I never got into Celsius. I never pushed any of that stuff on my trading group. We avoided all disasters. Thank the heavens. I didn't get into FTX. I didn't trade it. I used FTX US for 1 week, and I put $50 in it, and I forgot about it. I got lucky, man. I avoided all the pitfalls, and I don't even consider it luck. I was born, raised by an iron worker and a bricklayer, my grandfather and my dad. And hardworking people, man, don't throw their money around, because when you work so hard for your money, I worked a night shift. You don't throw your money around. Let's take a look at PHNIX from Cinnamon Love. Will we get a better entry on Sol? Thank you. Sammy, thanks. I can actually save VRA. You actually save VRA. Told you. You're funny. Are you AI and Mystic? You're calling Pepe and Virtuals this weekend. Made me 2K. Mystic Sammy, your hit rate is 92%. I love hearing people say that. And Taylor Murphy, joined the group in December. This has been the greatest year of my life because of it. Getting married a month from today. Thank you, Sam. Taylor, we love you. We appreciate you. And I hope your marriage goes so well. And go to the gym, bro. Thanks. Live sent to each and every one of us. God bless you. Thank you, Sam, for showing up every day. Bless you. Thank you, Maximilian. Man's Learning Library is next level in the group. Thank you, Nate Sansbury. And jump into my learning library. I got content waiting for you. Sneak, listen from work every day. I know. I feel you, brother. And we'll take a look at Litecoin and PHNIX and Solana. Let's take a look. Litecoin looks hot to me, though, for whatever reason. Let's take a look at PHNIX first. Only place they seem to have it is on it's on Dex Screener for sure. Not sure if they ended up adding it. Let's take a look. I'll go check it here. You can always say, find out what a coin is doing on CoinMarketCap. PHNIX for Sol. No, we want PHNIX for XRP. I'm probably not spelling it right. Remember it being red, though. I think that's it right there. I don't know if this is the coin you're asking about. This was an XRP meme. Yeah, XRP. Yeah, there it is. PHNIX. On MEXC. It's memey, and memes are moving. All right. And it's an XRP meme. There's a time when this thing was so hot and it ripped really hard. We found it when it first came out, and it was time to sell, But, everything's showing signs of life. Well, look at that. See, I can see this coming back down first. FOMO's real, man. People get wrecked because they go in emotionally, and then they can't handle what they did. All right. We'll see where this goes. But we're locked in already at the beginning of the trade. And the worst comes to worst, we make $1,800. I'd like to make a lot more off that move, though, personally. Bitcoin making sense. Bottom, I wanted to bounce off the bottom. I figured we'd get rejected by the top. So far, exactly what I'm looking at makes sense. And eventually, Bitcoin, I'd say 2-3 hours from now, it's going to get so tight, it's going to have to make a play. So it's 11 o'clock. I'd say by 3 o'clock, you're going to get a breakout or a breakdown of this symmetrical triangle. Bitcoin's going to have to pick a direction here. Looks more likely like it's breaking down, but you never know. Just based off the bigger time frames. Bitcoin Las Vegas, don't play yourself. I'm telling you right now. If I can look at the right, it's going to be amazing. And it's really I'm going to be there just for 2 days. I fly in Wednesday night. I fly out Saturday afternoon. I'm in and out. Or no, what is it? Tuesday. I'm in and out. It's quick. It's quick. I think I leave Friday night or something like that. I got to look at it now. I got to look at the dates over here. It's the 27th. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I might need that. Oh, yeah. I got to look at it now. Yeah, I fly out Friday afternoon. Yeah. 103,640 for Bitcoin. Strong bounce off that bullish dip, but we're tight. So you can kind of see what's likely going to happen. We're going to get tight in here, and then Bitcoin's going to pick a direction. Right now, it's leaning more to the downside base because these symmetrical triangles mainly dump. I'm just, I don't know what's going to happen, everyone. I wish I did. I could just show you the probabilities of what is likely going to happen, and we go from there. I can't force anything on you or tell you that's guaranteed, And shout out to anyone that stayed with me throughout Dubai. Showed up to every live stream while I was in Dubai. Wasn't easy. I had to build the stream different places. We went to the Week's headquarters. We went back to the hotel, all that crazy stuff. And you guys held me down no matter what. I really, really appreciate that. Unbelievable times to be alive. So I keep looking at Crypto Rank, and every day they keep saying that Redstone keeps getting, visited more than almost any other coin, and it's up 30% now on the week. Got to be something to that coin. It's got liquidity to it. Inisha, another one up 190% on the week. Z-Sync, 3D Pass, Athena, Space and Time is a brand new coin. XST, you might want to pay attention. Virtual is back above $2, just doing damage. Gotta love Virtuals. That call was awesome. Solana holding 174. I love it. Pi Network, as you guys talked about, cutting amounts. And Ondo back to $1. Then there's Doodles, a newer coin there. Soul Layer that was pumping huge. Any pullback makes me think it will pump again. OBOL is another one that keeps coming on my radar. OBOL. Again, there's Space and Time. And again, these are the most visited coins. So the most search coins, most visited coins. And if a coin's visited, you figure it has a lot of volume. It has a lot of volume it can pump. I'm just looking for swing trades, everybody. We don't have to even find the hottest coin. I just want to find the coin that has the most volume at that day or throughout the week, and then swing trade those setups. Like Move looks like it may get a move. There's a lot of people watching it, and there's a lot of people visiting the website. So you can be like, okay. Then I cross-reference that with token metrics. Then I look at my own stuff, and then, then I scan the market, and lo and behold, I end up finding some coins that make sense. But it takes a long time. It's not easy, and it just works. Everyone wants to, how do you do it, Sam? How do you find the next? You just put in the work. Day in and day out. I never know when I'm going to hit the next hot thing. I never knew I was going to hit PopCat the way we did or swing trade the coins that we did. We push every single day, and that's the thing about trading. It's a probability. If you don't know when you're going to hit, there's no guarantees you're going to hit at all. The only guarantee is if you show up every single day, the probability should play out for you once you have proper risk management in place. That's it. I mean, that's trading. It's simple, really. You find a strategy, you play it out over and over again, you use proper risk management. You don't overtrade, you don't overthink it. You go one by one step at a time. So I gave you Bitcoin in a nutshell. We kind of know what's going to happen. It's going to get tighter in the next 2 hours, and then it's going to have to break up or down. All right, and we can see where it's going to break up or down, how it's going to break up or down, and then the probability is likely to break down. I don't want to be the bearer of bearish news, but that is the probability, which would affect Ethereum. Even if Bitcoin breaks down, I think it would affect the Ethereum trade. And I don't know if Ethereum would just pump. I think Bitcoin has to go sideways for Ethereum to bump, but if Bitcoin pumps, it's going to help Ethereum out a lot. So it'll be better off if we don't get the dump. Everyone, I run a bot that trades Bitcoin and never loses. You can sign up and find out more at the link here, Minotaur. All right, and this is just like a webinar kind of thing. A funnel. You can basically hear me talk about it, and if you like it, you can also then go and sign up. I think it's great. I was very wary of it at first. I mean, I like to talk candidly about it. I think bots and all that stuff was a bunch of nonsense. I thought you should just handle the stuff yourself. I didn't know enough about it, everyone. But then I got educated. I sat with the team. They taught me a lot more than I ever knew. And look at this. I mean, I just pulled this out just the other day, but you can see 98 to 100, 96 to 97, 96, 140, 198, 150, 137. It all adds up over time. $2,600, right? 26 close, 0 short, all long, 26 wins, 0 losses. It's unbelievable, man. All right. And if you want to know more about that, we do have a link here to the Minotaur trading system. If you want to find out more, there it is. All right. I do get a commission from that. If you sign up for it, I greatly appreciate it. But I think it's a great product that I use. So there you have it. There it goes. Okay, so we got Bitcoin on lock. We're looking at the altcoins. Let's get back into the super chats and make sure that we get everything kind of done and tightened up here for each and every one of you. And if you have a super chat, something you want to look at me, someone says, can you look at DOGINME? Please, sir. Thank you. From Pinky. P. Kirky. Okay. PHNIX, get a better entry on Sol, somebody says. He said you saved VRA. I mean, I still hold my veracity from back in the day, man. I mean, look at this. It's in a beautiful setup. Like, it looks like that tells me it's going to break out soon and pump. Then you can also put the stop loss below the 200 MA. Now, nothing's guaranteed. Remember, they may do that stop hunt around here. Sometimes you have to go a little deeper. Or put what you're willing to lose and just let it fly, you know? But veracity looks interesting to me. Like, it does. Like, I'd say that's a pumper. I mean, I don't know, you know, I get, you know, Bitcoin dumps, anything could get rattled by that, but that looks good. I definitely have VRA on the radar, for sure. For sure. Thank you for saying something about veracity. I appreciate that. I can't remember every coin. We work as a group. 2,000 people here together. We really work together. Positive energy creates positive results. All right? We have a bunch of positive people here that believe in themselves. We're going to find hot gains together. It's just going to happen. And let's take a look at the next super chat somebody asked about here was... He said a better entry on Solana. Wow, veracity looks like it's going to pump hard. I mean, that looks interesting. You know, Sol's going to be following kind of that Ethereum move. We're looking for this all to kind of consolidate here and eventually get busy. Your best bet looks like, you know, Sol may come back down maybe to 172, 175. But remember, I put a bunch of money into Solana. I'm up dang near 80 grand now, 75,000. We got back in, we repositioned Sol, and then I even bought more. And so I'm doing pretty well on the Solana move right now to the upside. And I put my money where my mouth is. Wow, Swee's on Phantom now. Amazing. Look at that. Send and receive, and you can use Sui on Phantom Wallet. I got 166,000 in Solana right now. So let's go. Let's go. I wish I had more. I'm almost like, nah, I should have more Sol. I need more Sol. This looks interesting. I mean, it could be a shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Very important we hold 169. Very important we hold 165. But that's what I see happening for Solana too, and that could be an amazing trade. May open up a lev trade there for Solana to 211 and take advantage of that nice move to the upside. Again, I watch these trades really closely, and then when the time is right, I'll put out a really nice trade to the group. A lot of my stuff is just setups, things that I'm looking at, but I do calls. Like, you know, there are days where I'm saying, this is exactly what I like. This is perfect. I scan the market all the time, and you know, there's times where I can see a setup that's going to play out, but I know it's not ready yet, but I need you to see it. So I got to give you, I can't be 24/7 staring at the screens. So I set alerts. When the alerts hit, I update you again. And I have a system to keep you kind of in track to what's happening, so you know what's most likely going to rip. And we do the best we can to keep you kind of up to date with all that awesome stuff. Wow, 60 now. Ethereum. Will there be a better entry, or is that the last chance before the rippage? Looks like you'll get a right shoulder throughout the afternoon. It is Tuesday, right? We still have Wednesday to trade too. 2 good days of trading coming our way. Good liquidity. Tuesday nights are my favorite night to trade too, so like to see that we're kind of doing well right now. Hey Sam, can you please look into ICP, says Ahmed. We'll take a look at ICP from Ahmed. Thank you so much for the super chat. $2 in super chat. That'll come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. Man, get the likes up to the watches, everybody. We have 259 likes. We have 2,000 and basically 2,072 people here on the live. If we get the likes up to the watches, I would greatly appreciate it. And that like comes back to you tenfold. You know, you can tip someone, pull out your wallet, have to give them the money. That's actually an action. Touching the mouse is so simple, and it comes back to you tenfold. It's like tipping me in the nicest way possible. Hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. It definitely brings karma your way too. It just makes you feel like a better person because you did something for someone else. Every time I do something for somebody else, it makes me feel better. And then I'm more confident, You know, I know I can do more for myself and for anyone in my life. So whenever I help somebody else, it does something for me. And that's the same for all of us. We're not different. The human race is the same. You want to be loved. Everyone says, no, I'm an island. I'm tough. No, everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to feel connected. And so just like I want to be loved and want that like button, you want it too. So if you give me the love, then the love's only going to come back to your way. How do you get love? You give it out, right? You receive what you give and you reap what you sow. If you send people love your whole life, you're going to get sent love your whole life. It's just the facts. If you believe there's good people in the world, then you're going to find them. If you believe there's nasty people in the world, you're going to stay away from most people. Think about it. Two different people. One guy thinks most people are nasty and not nice and can't help you. So when he goes out into the world, he's not really looking for relationships. He's not looking to be nice. He's not looking to say nice things to people. He's not looking to build. Do you think he's going to have a Rolodex full of people in his life? And do you think he's going to have a friend that's willing to help him? Probably not. How about the guy that thinks there's beautiful people out there? Every time he goes out, he thinks there's going to be someone I'm going to meet that's amazing. Now, he may be disappointed. Not every time, right? He might go home, man, those people weren't as... But if he keeps that thought, the idea that over the course of time, his Rolodex is going to be filled with a lot of people. If he needs help moving, if he needs something, he can call someone. Someone's probably going to show up and help him, right? Why? It's his belief in the world. It's how he looked at the world. Therefore, your thought process has everything to do with your reality. How you think about people is how you have is going to create your network. If you think people aren't worth it, then you're not going to have a network, because why would you go out of your way to meet others? If you think people are amazing, and that's why it's important to believe what you say about yourself, and that's why it's important to do what you say you're going to do. Because once you believe in yourself, you know there's other people that do the same. Like I know I show up, and I know when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So I know there's people out there that do the same. Therefore, I want to meet a lot of people in the world, because I know if I get out there, I'm going to meet people like myself, and I know I can help others, so I know they can help me. So by becoming the best version of yourself, it also makes you want to network, because you believe there's other people out there that are becoming the best version of themselves. When I was down and out and depressed, I sat in a room a lot. I didn't really believe in myself. I stayed kind of in my head a lot. I believe most people were like that. So, or even if I didn't, I mean, I thought people could see that I wasn't on point, and I got in my head a lot, and I didn't want to meet a lot of people. When I wasn't confident, I didn't want to meet a lot of people. Watching ICP, we're watching this flag here. It's got like an inverted head and shoulder. It did break out, but look for it to flag out on the 3-day. It just looks like the smaller time frames have to flag out a little bit here. The daily, I'm not saying it's not going to break out, but it says it's just going to take 4 to 5 days. That's what I've been seeing on a lot of altcoins. Just 4 to 5 days sideways price action, build up a flag, and then we can break on out to the upside. Okay, Milligan's Travel. Smash the like and subscribe. It costs nothing. Good karma comes back around. You get back what you put out. Blessings on blessings. Wow, and he gives a $10 super chat to do that. Opinions on Cardano, somebody says. And thoughts on Chainlink. Can you look at Chainlink? Says Iris Ensing. Iris, we love you. Thank you for being here, Iris. Wayne Moore gives the 3333. He asks, he says, with research that is provided in the Discord and with your mentoring, I joined a month ago and my account is up 350%. I broke my wrist. I've been out of work and I now have more money than I need to live. Please check Trump coin. Unbelievable. So the guy broke his wrist, was out of work. He joined my group and was able to find his way. Unbelievable. I did something for somebody, man, by showing up every day. I did something for somebody other than myself. God bless you, Wayne. Thank you. Let's take a look at Cardano and see what's happening. And this is about you, everyone. I love you. I want you to be the best version of yourself. This is where you can harbor and begin to build high-frequency behavior, high-frequency thought processes. Think that you're worth it. You're amazing. You can. You will. You are the best. Believe in yourself. Tell yourself positive affirmations every single day. No negative self-talk. There's no reason for it. You can. You are the best. You've got this. Work out every day. I work out, man. You got to work out. That positive movement. Intense movement. You don't have to lift the biggest weights. You don't have to be in the gym all day. It could be a brisk walk for 40 minutes. It just has to be intense and intent. You have to be like, I'm going to work out for an hour. I'm going to move. I like Cardano, same thing. I see the 21 coming into price. I see sideways price action before a bigger pump. 5 or 6 days before the bigger move for Cardano. Looks like altcoins want to explode. It's just, we're waiting on this, just some type of catalyst here that's going to rip the markets to the upside. Let's take a look at Chainlink. And I've been holding Cardano since 2 cents. I'm a long-term Cardano holder. Chainlink, same exact story. It's flagging out. It's looking great. And it could be an uptrending flag. I believe these are some of the, and I believe these are some of the last prices we can get for these coins. But yeah, I'm looking for these flags to flag out here. The 21 to catch. It looks like, a pump, a dump, just some sideways price action. Once we close the candle above the daily 200 MA, we're going to rip and we're going to fly. My bigger target for Chainlink is out of this kind of bigger cup and handle. You can see it on the 3-day chart here. And that suggests we're going to $35 for Chainlink. Looks like it's going to take some time, though, and a lot of liquidity. Hey, Sam, can you look at Turbo, please? Thank you, says 00 Oscar Scar 00. 00 Scar 00. Love you, man. Thank you. Let's take a look at Turbo. If you know the story behind Turbo, it was like an artist, middle-aged guy, put it out there, didn't really know what would happen to it, believed in it. Next thing you know, it took off. It became one of the bigger coins. He cried. He couldn't believe it. It actually has an organic story. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. Turbo is. Like, it shouldn't be here, but it is. I look for Turbo to do this, so I set alerts and I watch. Doesn't mean I know exactly what's going to happen. It means I'm watching to see what will happen. Now I can set the alert over here a little bit. Reestablish the alert. I do see this playing out over time. It's got a great community. Ethereum's looking hot. It's on Ethereum. So, Ethereum memes do well when Ethereum does well. It just is what it is. They do well regardless, but they were pumping, but it can only help. So the Ethereum ecosystem, I look for this to bounce and get tight. I see Turbo making a move over time. It's going to take some time, though. You got to have patience for this. Everyone thinks meme money is quick. Meme money's slow, just like other money. 57% gains, and it looks like it could take till May 20th. Might be a week to make 57% on the money there for Turbo. Thank you so much for that awesome super chat. We appreciate you. Let's just jump back into Bitcoin for a split second. See what's happening. Yeah, it looks like it's just sideways again. Could be shoulder, head, right shoulder. I'd love a breakout. I like the break above the 200 MA. I like the break above this resistance as support. That's beautiful. And I can see that we are getting tighter and tighter at the end of this. And, a move is coming soon. Bitcoin's tight inside a range. It's going to have to pick a direction very soon. Basically 2 to 3 hours in tops. It's going to have to break out of this nose. My man said for the dolls. Yeah. ETH pumping there. 568, starting to get that move. Still could just wick up here and become the top resistance level. It hit this before. So you got resistance at about 25.84 for Ethereum. Still could be that chance we get that one, man. That's why I'm in no matter what, though. Blocky, AI agent on Sol. Shout out to Roger Tremino. Let's take a look at Blocky here on Dex Screener. And thank you, $20 super chat. Wow, you didn't have to give a big one. That's a pretty big one. If everyone gave $20 super chats, that would be pretty crazy, right? Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. That'll come back to you tenfold. Blocky AI. Blocky. I like the marketing already. It looks interesting. Pumping up pretty fast. 1.4 million in market cap. Sideways here on the 1 hour time frame. I mean, I'm looking for that cup and handle. See how it's got the cup? See, I'd be looking for that handle there. Something like that, makes a handle, breaks back to the upside. That is a cup. But, it's high risk meme with very low volume, right? So it's hard to tell what could happen to this thing. Basically, you'd have to take a shot that you got in early. And you're going to sell on everyone else before they get in. I mean, that just is what it is. I look at the Twitter just to see what's popping on the X. They say when I walk, charge pump and heart rate. Crypto DGen by trade. Blocky. $10 million market cap for Puff. We were looking at Puff recently. I don't know. It's a meme. I don't own it. I hope it goes well for you, man. Hey, Sam, can you take a look at my lovely planet? Ticker is MLC. Thank you for your powerful LOI mindset. Amen. Amen. This is why I return every day. God bless you, Crypto Knight. That's why I have to stay positive. I can't let any negative people into the stream or into my mind because I do such a good job of keeping this positive frequency, right? This high intent. And the second we let any trolls in, I mean, it can ruin the frequency. We can't do that. You come back every day for that high frequency. What if one day you came back and I was like yelling at a troll? It wouldn't be good, right? You'd be like, that's not the Sam I know. So it's super important I stay disciplined with my mindset, disciplined with the way I react, and disciplined with the way I create the stream. A lot of times there's things happen that I want to talk about politically, socially. It's not going to help any of us if I get into those, right? So, but I can change the world if I stay positive for a fact, right? That's the key. You know, Trump coin, in my mind, will pump with Ethereum. You know, Ethereum, even though it's not on ETH will just, when ETH pumps, it's going to create euphoria throughout the entire altcoin market. And so Trump looks like it could make that move. It really does. I don't own any anymore. You know, I don't know. I may swing trade it. When I look at it, I get a little bit of a FOMO for it because you're like, well, just what if, right? It's got the name. It's got that liquidity. If it could run, and people will just start running to it again. I mean, $25 a coin looks highly likely. We just saw this on Bitcoin last night on the 5-minute time frame. We made this exact fractal. Let me show you what I'm talking about. But last night, BTC on the 5-minute looked exactly like this. I'm having photographic memory lapse, right? Where I can, not lapse, or it's the opposite of lapse. But it was right here. You can see that we made this kind of flag, right? I'll take a fractal on it too, just to see how it fits. I think it fits pretty nice. We'll copy paste that over to Trumpy. Bear with me, these are not easy to do, especially when you're using like different size charting, you know, but we'll get it. If anyone can do it quicker, I can do it pretty fast. Anyway, we had this flag here. Those are the two humps. You see them? Right, like so. Almost there. Almost there. And there's my OCD kicking in. And there it is. See? So we're making a very similar type of flag. And Bitcoin just did this in the 5-minute time frame. Looked like an M pattern that could dump. Got the settled area and then got the breakout to the upside, and then boom. I could see Trump coin doing something like this and continuing to the upside for sure. Only a matter of time, right? It looks likely for sure. The target is 25 for the measured move for Trump coin. Can you please look at DOG USDT? Someone wanted DOGINME too, right? Let's take a look at DOGINME here on the 4-hour time frame. Now, it broke out beautifully. A lot of memes just got their pump recently. That's why, but now you're away for the 21 on that daily. To me, that's just too far away. And you're going to have to consolidate it some way, shape, or form here. See, I just see a lot of coins, a lot of altcoins looking like they need to consolidate slightly. And now let's look at DOG USDT. DOG go to the moon. So everything had their pump, like from the bottom, right? Almost everything. You name it, it had the move. Funny. And then almost every coin that got hot tapped the 200 MA on the daily, which is a known area that you're going to get resistance. Like I've studied this for years now. That's why I use the 200 to take profits on multiple time frames, because it's a great place. But now look, I mean, that's nice sideways price action on the 6-hour. That looks beautiful. If that so sorry, I coughed way heavy into that mic. That looks absolutely amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if that pumps to the upside absolutely beautifully at 005628. I mean, that just looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing there for DOG. And again, I don't even like this coin. I don't trade it. I don't own it. I'm not saying I like it for any other reason but the technical analysis. It just looks good. That's a bull flag on the 6 hour, and you got banana curve, lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing gets busy. You know, I would watch this flag on dog. And adding it to the watch list. Shout out to all the beautiful people I met in Dubai. I met a lot of cool people in Dubai. I said they watched the channel from Germany, from all around the world, Netherlands. I couldn't believe it. And may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. And I think the fan funding just went up. Something just happened. Wow, I mean, you people are amazing. Thank you. So we looked at Turbo. I just want to, we're getting through all the super chats. I want to make sure we got your NQ call flipped out. Thank you. Well done. Amen. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to Master Friend. Hey, you do. Hey, thank you so much for saying that, man. It's very nice of you. Yeah, let's take a look at the NQ. And I could tell that the NASDAQ was going to rip to the upside. And there it goes. And again, it's simple strategy. Above the 200 MA with the 21 touching inside of a flag. It's just all I have to do is this over and over again, everyone. It had a complex inverted head and shoulder that we called out for you. It had two. We called out this shoulder. This had that right shoulder. Called out this shoulder. That had this kind of right shoulder, right? You see? And I told you the money printer was going to be coming on. I saw this as a broadening falling wedge. Said they were going to bounce it. I thought the bounce was here. They dropped a little lower than I stayed on that bounce. You can see there's a cup and handle in there. It's hard to see, but you got the handle here. You got the estranged cup. It was a bit of a mess, but there's your cup. There's your handle. Cooper Cup, baby. And it blasted to the upside. The measured move of the cup and handle would be that wick to wick. There, out that flag, and there it goes, right to where it's supposed to go. This is nuts. And then the target for me is now 2177 rippage for the NQ. So if you took my call, and I went over this on my macro analysis video on Friday, where every single Friday I go over the NQ and the NASDAQ. Every week I give you the macro analysis for the NASDAQ and the NQ, and I hit very, very nicely. My strategies play out tried and true. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That's very nice of you. May God bless Master Friend. Yeah. Hey, can you take a look at my lovely planet, MLC? Thank you for your powerful LOI mindset. Let's take a look at my lovely planet. We looked at Blocky, we looked at Turbo, and we got to look at PENGU from Jason Hook. Jason, we love you. You didn't have to give $189, but you did. That's very nice of you. $184 in chat revenue. You people are buying me dinner every single day. It's unbelievable. May God bless you all. Let's take a look at, so we looked at Dog, which actually looked good to me. You know, Dog looked like it was going to pump. And so thank you. We got a lot of eyes on the market. All you beautiful people here. Let's take a look at my lovely planet, MLC in PENGU. Wow, though, the NASDAQ call ripping to the upside. And honestly, we were just telling you, the market's not dumping. They're going to print this money, and they're going to bring this puppy back to upside. Same as the S&P. Same thing on the S&P, exact same call. And we went over it too yesterday even. Boom. Headed to my target there at 6,000, 600. Unbelievable. But, you know, you can see, again, above the 200 with the 21 touching in a flag. With the high volume node. I trade that all day long on every altcoin that I see. I trade this just like an altcoin. I traded just, why are these blue lines here recently, everyone? See, these blue lines came in. I don't know what these are about. They're, you know, you can't see them as bad on the stream. They're hard, they're harsher for me on my end. But anyway, let's take a look at MLC and see what's happening to MLC. Blessings on everybody out here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 832 likes. Can we get the likes up to the watchers? 1,000 likes. We have 2,000 people here. That means 1,000 people felt the like button just did not apply to them. I don't know why. That means you're a beautiful person. You're watching some guy that's super positive. Wouldn't you want to just add positivity to that? If you're hating on me for some reason, or you are reluctant to hit that like button, it means something about you. So free yourself, man. Be cool. Hit that like button. Let 1,000 people fly on this live stream. And we're hit at 96,000 subscribers, everybody. Thank you so much for the milestone. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. What a big blessing that was. 96,000 subscribers. I can taste that plaque, man. The $100,000 plaque is coming. And I know it's just there, man. And I work so hard every single day to get there. Every single day to get there. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. 96,000 subs and counting. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at MLC. My lovely planet, USDT. So I was looking at it recently. Had this little flag. It tapped the 200 MA, never lost it, and got the bounce. See? Then it made it an ascending triangle, which I love, with the 21 coming into price action. So it all looks beautiful to me. Yeah, and now we're at 96,096 subscribers. You people are like, this is just nuts to me. We're going to head to 97,000. Look, send me to 97,000. 100 subscribers a day and more. Let's go. Let's go. I remember it took me a year to get my first 100 subscribers. Now I get them in a day. This is what happens when you work your butt off, everybody, and you don't take days off. It's linear successes. You're eventually going to keep pumping. It's only a matter of time. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There's no one else that can do it for you. My mom's gone. My dad's gone. No one calls me anymore and says, hey, Sam, keep going. We love you. They're in my heart. They're in my soul, you know. I see this thing continuing to moon. I like that it broke above resistance, and I'm looking for the next flag like it did there and then continue to pump. I see 51 cents for my lovely planet. I know nothing about this coin. I'm just doing technicals. I'd wait for that 21 to touch, though, and it looks like it could get busy. Thank you for all the subscribers that subscribe to the channel, and I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel and help me get to 97,000. I can't do it on my own. I can't subscribe. So it's up to each and every one of you. And I thank you all for doing it and being awesome. It just means the world to me. I put my life in the line for this stream, and so I appreciate each and every one of you that hold me down every single day. This looks good to me. I'm going to put an alert on this too. I won't say anything to the group yet because it's going to take a little more time, it looks. And now we'll look at PENGU. I think PENGU would do numbers because they got the little penguin in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I saw this flag breaking out for PENGU, and it did that. I see another flag for PENGU. I don't see why it doesn't continue. Ethereum continues to rip. Where did ETH go? Yeah, 25.63 now. So Ethereum's up since we got in. I'm up, 16%. You might be up even more than that. I mean, that's a pretty nice, $20 move for Ethereum. Still feel like I may be able to get that lower price action. Either I'm not greedy and I take what I get, or I chase. If I chase at the wrong time, you can lose a lot. That's the thing. People don't talk about how treacherous it can be. They just want to talk about how sweet it is, but you got to be precise. And most traders are losing their money, man. They're not having a good time. They don't have a positive P&L. I'm doing what most people could never do, and I know that. But I got to be super, super, super disciplined every day not to lose it all and not to be a big shot. Oh, I'm going to go 80 for 300 grand and lose another. I can lose 80 grand in a heartbeat. There's no reason for me to do that. All right? I'd rather just make 5 grand here, 10 grand there. Chip away. Add to the nest egg. Once you've made it out of the rat race, you don't want to lose it all and go back. That'd be horrible. Absolutely horrible. Be the most depressing thing ever, right? I see PENGU continuing. It's a bit of a cup and handle. Previous support is resistance there at 13. I could see that hold. It would head to 25. 0.25, but just 25 for now, but 0.25, right? Thank you, Sam, for showing us and inspiring, for always showing up. Andrew Dodd says, thank you, Sam, for showing up and inspiring us. Can you please look at Ether? Looking forward to becoming a lifer next month, man. God bless you, man. Thank you. And go to cryptolifer.com. We make it very simple. Go to cryptolifer.com to jump on in and subscribe to the awesome trading group. You can get a monthly, a quarterly, or an annual subscription. We greatly appreciate that. We have so much information in there too, and also tips, tricks, ideas. There's links you can use to different exchanges. Hey, I got a bot in there that if you want to use the bot, you can jump on into the bot. Now look at Bitcoin in a bit of a flag here. Holding 1035, likely rolling over, but a little bit of a flag. Slight kind of cup and handle action here for Bitcoin. That's what I go for. Flags like this, the 15-minute, 21. The market structure is a little strange, but you almost shoulder, head, shoulder. It could be a complex inverted head and shoulder. that breaks to the upside too as well. Outside, you know, one. Not perfect. Market structure is a little weird compared to how it's been the last few days. It was a little more clean. Well, we'll see. I'm going to be watching this tight price action for the next few hours for the trading group. And you see, I made the ETH trade live. We'll go from there, right? I can't hide it. Either I lose or I win now. I mean, it is what it is. Let's take a look at Ether. Sam gives the alpha to the chat. Then the chat gives Sam the alpha synergy 100%. It's been like that for a long time. I show up every single day. We have the smartest people in the game that show up here, right? So it would only make sense that I would get, you know, I'd be stupid not to listen to each and every one of you. I mean, awesome people here on the stream. And I cater to a certain audience because the energy put out is the energy that we receive, right? So obviously we're going to attract a certain type of person. I consider myself highly educated, well-learned, and super, super disciplined. So I believe that's the type of person we're going to attract to the stream. So if someone is already struggling with discipline and success, you're going to be around the best people in my trading group because that's who we attract here every day. So through my attraction, I'm going to benefit your life because I'm going to attract the right people, the right frequency into your life. Understand? The trading group's more than just a group. I understand that your frequency creates the energy you put out, and your energy is what people can vibe from. And if I have good energy, then and you join my trading group, then you can vibe off that energy. You get it? You're vibing off my mom. That my mom was a great person with really good energy, man. So the group is really just, you know, a continuation of my mom's love. My dad was good to me. I had good mom and dad. They were both good to me, so I'm good to you. I'm not an abandoned soul that got hurt like a lot of people. I'm not a victim of a victim. I had some up and downs in life. Things weren't perfect, but I know how to love. And love is the key. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. I say this all the time. If you live in love, you cannot be denied. They can't stop the love. They can't understand how you live in love when they live in hate. They're full of hate. They're full of pain. They're full of all this nonsense. They're victims of victims. We are not those people. We are free. We went to therapy. We let it out. We forgave anyone that hurt us, and now we are free. Okay? If you're still holding pain, you need to let it go. Your pain's going to affect your trading because you're not going to be grateful for the wins. You're going to say, oh, I wish I would have, could have. You're going to have regrets. I'm telling you right now, your emotional position in life has everything to do with why you're good at trading. If you got broken chakras, if you're beat up, if you have negative self-talk, if you're abusing yourself internally, you're going to eventually wreck yourself as a trader. It's just only a matter of time. I work on mental stability, mental framework because it's so important for your trading career and who you are as a trader. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice, but an emotional advisor. All right. Shiro crossing the vertical line. I got an alert there for Shiro. You know what? There looks interesting to me. I see it make this flag before it can pump up again, but I do see it headed to 5 cents. ATH. And almost every coin's gotten a bit of a pump here. It's really nice to see these altcoins getting some love. And shout out to everybody that gave here on the channel. Where's your pink hat? I don't know. I think it might be outside near the pool. I don't know, though. We'll find it for you, honey, all right? Shout out to FC Try. Shout out to Cinnamon Love. Shout out to the Hoover family. Shout out to Eva Dior. Shout out to Taylor Murphy. Shout out to Go to the Gym. Maximal List. Shout out to Nate Sansbury. D. Drock. Exachor. Thank you for becoming an exclusive lifer. Shout out to Mickey. I don't think we looked at Litecoin, or did we? Yeah. Shout out to Patrick Mortensen. And we looked at Maneki. We might have skipped Litecoin. Let me double check. I think I might have skipped Litecoin. I think Litecoin's about to explode. Honestly, I've been looking at the LTC Bitcoin pair, and it looks good. Looks like Litecoin's about to get lit. See, these altcoins are about to get busy here. See this? I see Litecoin going sideways and then going on a massive tear, 119. I could be wrong. You know, I'm not 100%. I'm a human being, so I get to be off the hook if I'm wrong. But, you know, for the most part, you got to be on point. 119. Entry would be right there at the bottom of the trend line. I don't need that. That was an extra. Litecoin looks interesting to me. I'll definitely put an alert on it. Buying right now is the aggressive entry because it's got the best price. but it may fall off, right? If it bounces and goes sideways, we'll get a higher price, but a less risky entry. So I could buy 101 or I could buy 102, 103. 103, you know, less of a better entry, right? 2 points off the entry, but probably a less risky entry. I'll learn to be less risky. I'd rather have 5 less risky trades than go after 10 trades that I have to be super risky on, right? And you'll figure that out over time. Thank you so much for that like. I'm happy I went through that and double checked. Wanted to make sure I went through every single super chat here. Sneak listen from work every day. I love that, man. Thank you. And shout out to Mickey with Litecoin. God bless you, Mickey. Patrick, thank you for Maneki. Pete Kirky, thank you for DOGINME. John Blake, thank you so much. He says, you're the only one ever super chatted. Talk is cheap. God bless you, man. I thank you. I appreciate that. Next money for me, for you is in the group. Hey, thank you. I'm going to make sure if you pay to be in my group, I'm going to give you so much value back. Join the Lifer, says Milligan's Travel for $20 super chat. He says the Lifer group is the best. Ricardo Vandernoot, thank you so much. Exasor, Ahmed, MD1M, Opinions are Cardano. I love it. Iris Ensing, Chainlink, we love you. Milligan's Travels again. He said subscribe, it costs nothing. You gave $30. That's amazing. Wayne Moore gave $333. He said his account's up 350% since he's been in the group. Unbelievable. He broke his wrist. He's out of work, but now he has money because of what he learned in the trading group. Unbelievable. That's a great testimonial right there. He's saying we looked at Turbo. Shout out to 00 Scar 00. Roger Tremino asked about Blocky. We hit it. And we looked at MLC. We looked at NQ. Thank you, Master Friend. Dog. PENGU. Thank you for showing us inspiring. Can you please take a look at Ether? We looked at that too. And the alpha to the chat. And shout out to the Lifer. Love you, man. Shout out to Try FC. Try or TY. I guess it's TRY 22. Yeah. Shout out to FC. We love you, man. And we hit that. Look, we hit the like and the master heart on every one of these. The master heart, the Crypto Lifer heart there. Everyone, I love you, man. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for an amazing show. Unbelievable. As we kind of run down here on the end of the stream. I believe in you. Again, I see sideways price action for Bitcoin. Sad that I had to get stopped out at the beginning of the day, but it is what it is. I don't win every trade. It is what it is, right? And you see that I don't hide my losses. I lose. It's okay to lose, everybody. How you handle your losses is what makes you a trader. It's called a P&L, not a PNP. It's not profit and profit. It's profit and loss, right? Remember that. Remember that. And look, this could actually end up playing out in our favor over time here. I'm going to sign out and sign back in. Usually when I do that, it works immediately, so no stress on BitTineX there. It happens when you're running multiple exchanges. You got a lot of stuff going on. All right. We're still up on the live trade here too. Up 15% if you made the trade, you know. Just got to say that on Ethereum. So we made a live ETH trade. ETH is kind of what we're watching. It's Ethereum now as Bitcoin goes sideways throughout the day. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I went from 400 to 100. Why did we lose 300 followers like that overnight? I feel like I'm always losing 300 people like every 5 seconds. It doesn't make any sense to me. I do the same thing on Twitter every day. Why can't we grow on Twitter? I want to talk to Twitter. You know, it's funny. Before Elon bought Twitter, I was getting 100 people a day. I went from 18 to 25,000, and I wasn't even posting as much. Now we're constantly posting, moving every day, and it's like I don't get what's happening. It's hard to. They make it very hard to grow on Twitter. It doesn't make any sense. Everyone else I know seems to grow. I think it's like I don't know what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm super appreciative. I just don't get it. This was 35, and it was going up slowly every day. And then every couple of days, I just, out of nowhere, 500 followers disappeared. I know 500 people aren't following. It's got to be bots, and they're clearing out the bots. It's got to be what it is, but dang. Anyway, it's annoying. Because you think the channel went from, 30,000 to 100,000 subscribers. You think the Twitter account would grow with the more people that are watching. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Certain things don't make sense, man, when you watch the metrics closely. Bitcoin getting a pump out that flag. Look at that. That target for the flag would take it to 104.4. I'm really weary. It's kind of strange. I'm gonna give my brain an hour, reassess this, see if I see something differently in the group. But as you can see, it looks like we could be pumping up to 104.4. For me, it looks like more like a rejection, and we're gonna go sideways. But you never know. That's good for Ethereum as it dumps. I want to see ETH come back down and give us a better entry. Make this right shoulder. Take a couple days there And then on the 15th, 2 days from now, get ready for a massive pump. That would be the plan for Ethereum. And Bitcoin getting the pump as we walk away. You can't beat that. Can't beat that. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. We're going to be looking at the altcoins throughout the day in the trading group. See what's hot and what's not. See what happens with Bitcoin at 103,750. And remember, the secret to success, I studied it. I've watched it. I know what it is. The secret to success is getting started. You don't start being great. Or you're not great when you start. But you got to start to be great. Understand? Nobody's great when they start. Like, you don't start being great, but you got to start to become great. The secret to success is getting started. You got this. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Somebody asked about GALA real quick. I didn't see it till the very end. Everyone, no more super chats. If you send one in, I'm going to be out. I won't be able to see it. I like what you're looking at for GALA here. I see it getting tight. I'm in GALA personally. I see it making a move. I see it at 2 3/10 cent not too long from now. Wait for it to get above that 50-minute 200 MA, and then it's going to be lights out. GALA's going to continue to pump. Over and out. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next live. Stay fresh. Stay amazing. The secret to success is getting started.
Think about me, but why you